Do we have noise? We have noise. Do we have this kind of noise? We better have this kind of noise. There are noises outside. Okay. Holy crap. Hello, everybody who's going to be tuning into this particular Art Block Friday. I know it's been 2 weeks. I'm not apologizing. I have a life that I really have to attend to so I can pay bills and get the, keep the electricity running. I am sorry that I haven't been publishing tutorials. Life's just caught up with me. In fact, tonight I'm going to be working for Art Block Friday on something that I was supposed to be doing for work in the first place. So it's kind of like a multitasking kind of thing for me. Hello, sweet Sazek. That's a really cool name. Hello, Akila. No, Akila? Is it Akila? And hello, Wazzle. How you guys doing? I'm just getting everything running right now. It is hot as freaking under titties in this room right now. What happened was my downstairs neighbor moved out and she decided a great idea to, something great to do would be to turn off her heat, which means that my apartment is overcompensating now and it's really cold on the bottom level, but it's super duper warm on the top level and it's just ridiculous. And it's like I have a window open. It's a 40 degree Fahrenheit day out, which is like what? 7-8 degrees Celsius, something like that, maybe a bit less. But yeah, 40 degrees Fahrenheit out today, and God, it's toasty as hell in this room. But I wanted to look snazzy, so I'm wearing this, and I do look snazzy, so I'm happy. But I'm still really warm. Oh, hello, Humble Void. Hello, Lofa. Yes, I feel happy today. Hello, Soft Boy, Jane King. We got Leslie in here, Altered Life. Hello, everybody. It's great to see such a variety of people this time around. I'm going to pull up the Discord because I know eventually we're going to be looking at people's, people's art from last week. So let's pull that boy up. And I'm going to jump into Art Block Friday. I don't want to... I want a bunch of other people to be able to come in. I remember last week we did metal, I think. What was it? Yeah, last week was metal. And the week before that was Sinister. So I think, okay, I know exactly where we're supposed to be. So I have everybody's art up. I still want to wait for a few more people to come in. Actually, you know what? We can look at art right now. That's actually a good thing. Let's look at art right now. By the way, my butt hurts. I know that's a very weird thing to say, but one of the muscles running down the outer side of my leg just decided to say, hey, you know what? Today we are going to put you in pain. And so I'm in pain. But you know what? It's okay. Pain happens. Yeah, sweet. We definitely have a Discord. We have an entire Discord channel. Everything Diamonds just popped in a really, really interesting question. Their question is, Oi, I have to read this in a slightly Scottish accent. So I thought, Oi, do you think the artist can make the meaning of their art? Okay, that's actually not Scottish as well. I have no idea what accent that is. It's like half Cockney, half who knows what the heck it is. Oi, do you think the artist can make the meaning of their art, or can the people viewing make the meaning, interpretation of their art, like not all art made by the artist to be having a meaning behind? Well, that's a bit to unload. I think that you can, just like when you say something to somebody, you can intend it to have a certain meaning, but anybody can take it however the way they want. For instance, I've put out a bunch of pieces that I meant for people to take in a certain way. Even parts of my book. I was reading my book live for the first time in a secret live stream, which I deleted because it's secret. And some things that I intended and were in my head a certain way definitely came out to other people in a different way. It's like there's this thing that happened once. There was a, thank you, loud car. There was a, somebody who accidentally left a pair of glasses in an art museum and people stopped. Like, they left them on the ground next to a wall. people actually stopped and started looking at the glasses and taking pictures of it, thinking it was an art exhibit, and began gleaning meaning from a pair of abandoned glasses on the ground, just because it was in an art exhibit. If you saw a pair of glasses in the woods, you'd figure somebody lost something. So it all has to do with context. But I think that's the wonderful thing about art and existence in general. You can literally take anything the way you want. On the other hand, that's what leads to the rise of cults. So it's both a good and a bad thing. Lofa's like, yeah, that was an interesting live. Yeah, thanks so much. Making me feel fantastic, Lofa. You know what you should do, Lofa? You should join in on one of the ARTBLOCK Fridays for once. Okay, I want to look at people's art, though, from last week. Let's scooch this all the way over. Okay. So, last week, our subject was metal. Now, Eli, I still don't know how to pronounce their names. Eli made this, and it looks metal. You got both the death kind of thing. It feels like an album artwork for some heavy metal band. You got the spikes, you got the horns. It looks amazing. Yeah, I like this piece a lot. This looks like it would be, if you tighten it up a bit, it would be an awesome metal band cover. Hey, Wazzle, do you mind dropping the Discord link, like a ×5 Discord link for people? If you can't, I can. Yeah, Captain Ink said the same thing. That's so sick! It absolutely is. It looks awesome. Apprentice Munira Z made this, and that character does look metal. Lofa, I'm going to be adding you all the time. I actually really like the purple put into this little clear cube. This little clear cube over here. It looks great. And again, Munira is working with the golden highlights and the purple undertones, which always work really nicely together. And yeah, a nice big thick metal bar. This character looks like they could kick the shit out of anybody they wanted. Jane's new, I think, contributing to ARTBLOCK Fridays. Is that Obama with broccoli on his head? It's Brock Obama. Oh, Broccoli Obama. I have no idea. Sorry. I really like the tiny details in here. If you can see the facets on the tiny little diamonds and stuff. This is nice. And I like her expression, actually. She seems disappointed, accepting, concentrating on some way or another. This is really nice. I enjoy this picture a lot. Now, the face is really, really well done. And I love this is a good one. Nice job, Jane. Wait, I need to jump into the comments for a hot second. Everything Diamond says, all right, and another thing is, do you think there is such a thing as bad art? And another question is that, do you think anything and everything can be art? I mean, everything. People can call anything art. There's been references, like to how somebody kills somebody, it's art. The way he sliced through the neck or eviscerated them. It was done like an artist painting upon a canvas. So yeah, I think almost anything can be art if you want to define it as art. Art is more of a psychological state to me than it is an actual physical thing. It's the act of creating something that you find has meaning. Art to me, okay, this is my general definition of art. Art is you expressing yourself in any way that's not typical or verbal. But then again, books are also art. So really, art is whatever you want to use to express yourself. Dance, singing, blowing glass, technically in a way, acting. There's so many different kinds of art out there. That's a really good question. I think there is bad art, yes. That's subjective, though. Like, bad art for me is, somebody not putting effort in it and just putting it out there to sell. Art to me comes from the heart, It's like, it's something that is elicited by something else. So that means that some commercial art could be bad art. Like those really cool-looking logos for Nikes or whatever, those crazy billboards. What if the artist was sitting there going like, oh, yeah, here we go, another one, copy and pasting designs? I don't think that's art to me. But if they were really interested, they got invigorated by this particular kind of shoe, they're like, that's one of the coolest damn shoes I've ever seen. It has a story behind it. I can imagine somebody running. I know exactly what their life story is. And then they put that emotion into the design. That's what makes it art to me. It's the intention. And when it comes to art that, bad as in, the anatomy isn't right or something, I call that unskilled art. That's somebody who just hasn't had enough time to learn yet. So I don't want to call, like, for instance, not to call anybody out, Lee made this really cool picture. Some of the ways the lines have been formed aren't that skilled yet. They have some time to go, right? And if you look at the way Manira draws, you can tell that, you know, their anatomy is really good. Let's jump down to this one. Tequila made this excellent drawing right here. You're seeing different skill levels. That doesn't mean that Lee's picture is bad. It just means that they're not, you know, they haven't built skill yet. They haven't built, you know, it's like saying that you can be bad at math just because you haven't learned arithmetic yet. It doesn't make sense. You have to learn a skill. And that's when you start accumulating skill. That's why in the server I generally discourage people from saying, "Oh, you're you know, I'm really bad at art." No, you're not bad. You're unskilled. You haven't practiced enough yet. Getting good at art takes thousands of hours of practice. Okay, let's jump over. Oh, we wanted to look at Tequila. I love this picture. I saw them developing this earlier. I love the, surprisingly, the little blur effect in the air to make it look like the knight is moving towards something. And I really love the detailing on the feathers. Look at this. That's crazy. That looks so nice. And the lighting. This is a nice piece. I really, really enjoy this piece. It's quite complicated for an Art Block Friday. Tavern Master Logan! Again, continuing the story of the Door of Sin. After last week's episode, the strange merlady has taken this person deep underwater. Now, the beautiful thing about Logan's drawings, and Logan in the chat will be here's some art. The great thing about Logan's stuff is that they've been improving. He's been improving over and over and over again. I continually, like, from the very first image that was dropped in here, the Door of Sin, which has now become an emoji meme in our server, he's just gotten better and better. Every time an Art Block Friday is dropped, it's just better. And it's really cool to watch the progression, like actively watch somebody get better. So I'm really, really happy and proud of Logan. There we go. This is what I made for last week. And this is Rintentide, actually. He's one of the characters from Saga for Pirantina. It was like a 3-hour doodle. And, you know, very, very, kind of seductive. I accidentally made it really seductive, but like, look at those abs! Yes, very attractive bad guy. I like making attractive bad guys. It's a problem. Yeah, this is what Rintentide looks like normally. Like 35-foot tall alien god. Oh, yes. Yeah, Jesus Christ, he's tall. Absolutely. And then I made Ink way too happy with this one because she and I have similar tastes in men, which is not a good thing. Popleaf made this adorable robot, if it will load. So is my, oh, you know why it might not be loading? Disconnect. There we go. I think we might get faster service now. Whoa. Whoa. Am I here? Can somebody say something in the comments? Are we active? I disconnected, I went to a faster VPN, and I don't know if you guys can still hear me or see me or anything. Am I here? Am I around? Somebody answer. I'm alone. I can't be left alone. My mind will wander. Okay, good. Okay, awesome. Good to see that we're in there. Bear! Okay, sorry. The person in the comments who knows what that means knows what that comment just meant. Okay, so, who dropped this one again? Popleaf. Popleaf made this adorable, beautiful robot. I love the grungy style, the blue glow here. This is a great piece. And Pikachu was working on this character. Don't quite know what's turning out, as Pikachu always drops her stuff in increments as they get more and more and better. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this will turn into. Ink did something extremely cool. I've been friends with Ink on Instagram for a while, and at first she wasn't really attempting any backgrounds, but now she's just gotten better and better and better. And now she has stuff like this out, and she has her entire webtoon, and it's really cool, and she has all these characters. And just the scale of what she attempted here using perspective and everything is beautiful. Wazzle did these incredible, I'm jealous of these. This makes me want to draw stuff like this, because I know I can, but like, I just don't attempt it as much, and it just looks so, so good. Like, Wazzle, these are great. Just, this makes me want to draw like animation style again, instead of doing more detailed stuff. But Wazzle made this extremely cool kind of retro robot running character, and it looks so amazing. Oh my god, crikey, here we go. Sorry about that. I do that so much. Okay, what did we jump over? Okay, what I was talking about before. Here we go, Popleaf, really cool robot. I'm sorry about that, guys. I do that way too often. Yeah, Popleaf made this super cool robot, and as I said, I love the grunge behind it, and I love the little blue lighting, and it's a really, really nice piece, and lots of people were playing around with it. You guys can see the pictures now. Wait for the lag to go over. Can you guys see anything? It's not updating over there. Yeah, my YouTube... Okay, can you still see and hear me at all right now? I'm starting to get worried about YouTube this time. Okay, good. Awesome. Ink! Actually, Ink, I was just talking about you. And what I was saying before, this is what I was talking about with Pikachu. Pikachu always drops her stuff in increments, so we'll see if she dropped anything else and if this updated later on. Next was Ink's, and as I was saying before, I've known Ink for a while, and before she didn't really do backgrounds, she was just doing characters. But kind of like with Logan, I've seen her grow and just become a way better artist, attempting, like, this is really adventurous with the perspective and the lighting and the character. The expression is great. Like, this actually reminds me of a coworker I used to work at Gecko, overnight at a gas station. He actually has a very similar vibe, but Ink's just been really good. Oh god, my comment section is just filled with yes. Okay, but this is a really nice piece, and I'm really proud of all of the people I'm friends with who are artists. Just seeing them improve is one of the best feelings ever. And then this is what I was talking about with Wazzle. Like, what the frick? Look at this gesture. Look at these two right over here. The sideways one's really good, but this backwards one over here, and then this one especially with its daring lighting, like, this is one of my favorite pieces this week. It's, you know, it's just animation style gestures, but oh my god, is it beautiful. This is gorgeous piece of art. Jeez, I'm jealous of this. I wanted to do this. I wish I could say that this was my piece of art. It's a really nice piece of art. And then we have Elizabeth, who made this gorgeous, realistic katana. Like, oh god, look at the shading. Let's open this in a big style. Hey up! I just burped. I had a beautiful burger. Oi! Come back here. Like, just, I love all the detail on here. I'm sorry, I love art. I love art so much, and I love it when people make good art. This is gorgeous. The colors work together. You have almost a primary going on with the two different kinds of blue, then you have the gold, and then you have the red, so it almost works like a very muted, strange primary variation. It's a nice piece. And then we have Kunai, who made her adorable characters. She made Pen and Kevin. And just, she had so many things she could possibly draw because almost all of her characters are robots. So she drew Pen and Kevin having a snuggly happy time, and I love the black and white. It's such a cute piece. It makes me happy and warm inside. And was there anything else? No, that was all. So thank you everybody who contributed this week to ARTBLOCK Friday. It was really nice having your pieces. Now comes the actual art part. Tonight we have scales. That's what we're going to do. Before we start, actually, I really want to thank my patrons who have been hanging around. And here, wait, I'll pop up my window. I really want to thank my Patreons who've been kind of hanging around while I'm trying to get all my shit together. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, still trying to figure it all out because honestly, the YouTube thing and Patreon thing only exploded within the last like 2.5 to 3 months. Yeah, only about that time. So I am still trying to figure everything out, but you are paying for both my internet and my electricity right now, which is fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's get drawing. So this week is scales, and I am using this week as an excuse to finish something for my boss. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Let me put on our usual vibey music. Where is our music? Ah. Okay. Tell me if this is too loud. Why is the audio track unavailable? Let's go back to Creator Studio. Let's go to Sound Effects. Let's go to Starred. Let's change by duration. Oh, it looks like some of them have been deleted. Okay. Yeah. If this gets too loud, just tell me and I can shift down the shift down how hot? No, how loud it is. Now this is definitely a lot different than what I usually do. Oh wait, if I'm going to be working for my boss, I really should be tracking my time. There we go. Okay, let's get arting. I also want to jump back up because Everything Diamonds is asking stuff. Everything Diamond said, though I've done art so much and done so many years of art and worked and learned from actually pretty good artists that has merch and stuff popular in the art community, so I learned the big stuff even then. I think they said something way earlier up. We actually have a lot more commenting than we usually do. Thank you for everybody who's joining. This is really sweet to have everybody around. Everything Diamond said after I was talking about what I think art is, they said, I ask you these questions because whenever I talk to people about art and I bring these subjects up, they believe there's like big rules with what makes art and stuff like that. Art's extremely flexible. It's an expression of being a human being to me. Everybody can do art. It comes out in a different way, at different skill levels, different mediums, but almost anything you do is art if you want it to be art. And that's just generally how I think about life in general. It's everything around you can be art. It's just up for you to define that. I'm gonna attack it from this angle. Seems like a good angle of attack. Angle of attack is usually referenced when you're talking about air. Paintbrush. Okay, we're on diffuse. We need to be into sculpt. Hello? Are you working? Its strength is on what? No. Oh, that's why. Oh, wow. I probably just colored that a bad color. Shice. Wait, let's look at the diffuse. Oh, good. It didn't color anything. We're fine. Sculpt. Sculpt tools. Let's go into sculpt. Let's choose this one. That's a little bit too high. We need to tone it down to 0.3 strength. I'm going to increase my brush size because you can actually do that. If you're using Mudbox or ZBrush, if you have a Wacom tablet, you can draw with your physical sculpting tools, and it's really fun. Should probably be doing this lighter. Yeah, people, more on what Diamonds was talking about. There's an unfortunate large amount of gatekeeping around art, which I disagree with a lot. Because so many different things qualify as art. So many different things qualify as manners of expression. And seeing people trying to say that, oh, one thing is art, one thing isn't, it really gets me, I would say, a little bit upset, actually. Like, some people would not consider what I'm doing here art. I'm making something. I'm very interested in what I'm doing. Does that not make it art? I'm expressing a character, and I'm getting paid, which is always fun. Actually, a guy I was working for, I was making this violin piece for him. He thought that I was one of the only actual artists on TikTok just because I could draw something that, you know, looked like old-fashioned Renaissance art. And he was like, yeah, so many other people on TikTok, they're not actual artists. And that got me a little bit angry, I'll be honest. It's completely not in line with my thinking about what art is and how it should be defined. What level are we working on right now? When you do when you're working in 3D, especially in Mudbox, you can work on different levels of mesh intensity, and I think I'm on the wrong level of mesh intensity right now, because I can still see some lines in here. On the other hand, this is just going into a, you know, a low-res game, so I really shouldn't be worried too much about how it looks. Like, really, really extreme details. On the other hand, this is the first time I've really got to sculpt in Mudbox. So it's a kind of like, wow, I want to, you know, I want to sculpt. Let me do the sculpt thing. Here we can add more running up this edge. Define some lines in here. Also, another thing, why are you worried about the people trying to argue and define what is art and what is not art? Usually those are the people who are kind of obsessive and upset about things. Like, you should be chilling with the people who are a lot more relaxed, who just, you know, want a more positive lifestyle. Don't worry yourself with negative people who are trying to gatekeep. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't lead to a positive lifestyle. There we go, that's a good horn texture. I kind of want to put some texture in there now. Let me grab this one, I guess. Yeah, that'll be a good texture. We need to increase the intensity though. Let's put it up to 0.7. Lower the size. I'm going to build up this area right over here. Let me tell you a story actually from when I was in art school. There was a decent amount of competition amongst the different what are they called? Man, my brain just fried. The different career options, I guess, departments, and the painters were perhaps some of the snottiest people. And even there's this one guy. Who the heck knows who he was, but he would bring them sandwiches like once a week. He would go and gather the sandwiches from behind the God, what was it called? The Panera. Like, he would get extra Panera sandwiches that they were throwing out, and he would bring them to the painters because all those poor kids working so hard. Ah, yes, to be an artist. Ah, the struggle. Ah, the paint. And who was back then my boyfriend and I got stuck in the elevator with this guy. And so we were just chatting with him because we had no idea who he was. And we're like, why are you carrying a shopping cart into our school filled with sandwiches? And he's like, yeah, this is for the painters. They work so hard. Because this guy looked like he wanted to be an artist all his life, but he just never quite made the cut. That's the vibe I got from him. And so he said, what major are you guys? And, you know, we proudly said animation. And he kind of looked at us in disgust. He said, well, who would want to do that? And it left such a bad taste in my mouth, even to this day. But I realized that why would I want to let somebody like that affect me? If I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying, you know, the path I'm taking my life on, why would I ever let anybody else get in my way? Why would I let people try to define what I enjoy? It makes no sense to let other people try to define what you love. So don't ever let anybody do that. It's not worth it. Like, there's some people actually on TikTok even. I get, when I wasn't such a large account, I got people all the time saying this isn't real art, or do it, you know, do it traditionally now, or do it on paper now. And I'm like, I can. I don't want to though, because I have other things I'm trying to concentrate on. Why are you guys so focused on this? Like, why specifically this? And maybe they felt threatened, maybe that they were having their own problems at the moment, but frankly, you just never concentrate on those kinds of comments. Just do what you want to do with your life, and you will be so much happier. Don't listen to everybody around you, or not even everybody around you. Find a more positive people. That's really all it takes. Like, our Discord server, for instance, is extremely positive, and it supports all different kinds of art. Like, there's somebody who modified Splatoon characters and was working on figuring out how to do kind of what I'm doing, but at a younger level. You know, just messing around with 3D. We have people like that. We have people who are cartoonists. We have people who draw nude figure drawings. It's just, there's a huge amount of diversity in our server. And if anybody's in there, you'll find that, everybody's there to help each other. Very rarely anything contentious happens in there. It's great. It's a lovely place to be. And I'm happy I was accidentally able to build a place like that, because it's safe, I guess. That's a good way of putting it. I have no idea what to do with these ears. I don't know what dinosaur ears look like. I think I should start working on the bottom. Or maybe some of the texture over here. I kind of want to do something a little bit different with these areas. I do want to put some, there we go, that's kind of what I wanted. Some mouth cracks. I don't know how else to put it. We should smooth that out now. Look how badly the mesh is pixelating. Let's give it some smoothing. God, it's hot in this room. You can see how, like, this is the high detail area, and then if you go down here, I basically just sketched on the shapes that I need to mold out later. It's kind of how I like working in 3D. I'm trying to keep up with your comments. I just realized that I had the comments not all the way up at the top, and so there's a bunch of them. It's funny that everybody's drawing dragons in the comments, because actually I am editing, after we do Art Block Friday tonight, I'm going to be editing a dragon, a dragon tutorial. Somebody went on my Instagram and asked me how I basically draw dragons, and so I recorded like a 40-minute tutorial. Jane King says that my character looks like a buff man with a lizard head. It's actually funny. This is called a saurian. It's for the game, it's for the company that I work for, and basically the description of this particular kind of character is a dinosaur person. Like literally the description, it doesn't even have a tail. They just said, make a human with a lizard tail. That's like kind of the description I got for them. Or not a human. Essentially make a lizard person. That's basically what they told me to do. And that's literally what I have to do for this character, is make lizard people. Hey, why isn't the stencil working? Oh, because we're in smooth mode. There we go. Yeah, but I'm literally being paid to make a lizard person right now, and it's great. Yeah, they are from a different planet, obviously, and their description is human body, dinosaur head. I have wild jobs. Here, let's drop the strength to 25 or 0.25. I don't want to make this too powerful. Yeah, that's way too powerful. I'm going to use my just so we can get a gentler texture. That's really powerful. Why is it so strong right there? I don't like that. Is this even the right texture? Am I using the right texture? It looks like the right texture. Is it supposed to be? It might be this one, actually. Yeah, I think this is the one I'm supposed to be using. Is it? I'm getting confused. I think I've screwed up my textures. Let me look at the other ones. It's not that one. It's between this one and this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, never mind. Just get some nice texture in there, and then I'm going to re-render out certain areas. Let's drop the brush size so I can kind of just woo right into there. Should be some coming down this way. And I guess I'll fill in this area with this texture over here. It's technically the top of the head, and the top of the head has some really cool textures in it. But I just want to make sure that we have at least some texture on the back of the head in case for some reason in the game the hair scale things don't load. I'll show you guys what I mean by hair scales in a moment. Because I do want to give them some texture as well. I am going to smooth this out eventually, because right now it's kind of rough. And I'm going to be giving this area down here the boulder scale treatment, but that's in a hot moment. If I were a really, really good 3D modeler, I would be moving the scales along the contours of the face, but I'm not, and I only realized I was supposed to be doing that right now. Do it a little bit over here. I'll fill in some of these gaps. Akila said a while ago at this point, people heard the word gatekeep and decided that's what they were going to make their new personality. It's actually pretty funny. Lofa said, oh my god, what if on one of your game streams you just played Roblox? I've never played Roblox before. Diva's asking, dinosaur cartilage didn't fossilize, right? Oh, the ears. There's a lot of comments. I just caught up with a bunch of them. I'm like, wow, people are commenting a lot. Compared to the usual amount of comments. Okay, I think we're gonna go with this as the scale pattern. Lofa is asking, when is the next webtoon chapter expected to come out? I kind of took a pause on the webtoon just because I've had a lot of stuff to do, so I don't know. I need to finish this creature first, which is the Saurian, which is probably going to take most of the weekend. Excuse you, church bells. There's so many things I just want to be able to complete, and I never have the time to do them, which makes me feel bad. I realized only like maybe 2 or 3 days ago how much stuff I'm trying to take on right now. Like with the YouTube channel and my own work and teaching people and just... I didn't realize how much work I'm doing until recently. It kind of hit me like a brick. I was like, wow, no wonder I'm tired and sad. Middle button? Scale is right button. Nope, 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 S. S. Oh, that's Z, that's why. And how do I rotate it? I rotate it like this. Let's get that angle correct so I can do a higher quality piece of art. Yeah, but totally didn't realize how much work I'm actually doing lately. And I need to find some sort of life balance. I think almost everybody who tries taking on very large things needs to find life balance, and I just have not figured out how to find it yet. Because I desperately want to keep doing stuff, but there's just so much stuff to do. It's not the right angle. Let's change this up a bit. Let's increase its size and let's turn it. I think that'll lend itself better, this particular scale direction. Like, I was talking to Captain Kunai a little bit earlier. I had this moment where I didn't believe in myself. It was like, wow, I'm trying to do so much stuff. I didn't realize how much stuff I was trying to do, though. And it kind of hit me all at once. I was like, whoa. I do be doing a lot of stuff, though. And I realized I need to find a way to calm it down, really. And the problem is I have a desire to do so many different things. And it makes it hard, you know? Because you wanna keep pushing, you wanna keep going, reaching even further beyond. But then you're like, wow, I still have all this other crap to do and it's 10 at night. Ugh. And it's generally the pattern my life has been taking now. What is this bullshit under here? I'm sorry for swearing. That's bad. Get out of here. Nobody wants ya. Stupid frickin' texture. You ain't what we're doing right now. Get out of here. That's it. I am getting a fan. I am way too hot. It is stupid hot. Is that a fan? There's a fan right up there. I'm getting a fan. Oh, okay, fan time. It's fan time. I don't want to take off my hat. My hair looks awful. But the hat causes a lot of heat. You know, I'm gonna go get a t-shirt on. I'll be back. Scaring you, small cat? Okay, this is like a million times better. Okay, I'm gonna get that Discord link for you. Huh, excuse me. Huh. Sham. Okay, the Discord link has been posted in chat. Textures that I didn't get about. Haha, it's a butt. I think we're good. What is this? What texture is this? What is that? It's not even doing anything. Never mind. Oh, it's because we're in smooth. What happens when I do this? Oh, that's so weird. I think I used that texture for the Chikari. I was doing a species for my boss called the Chikari. Not the Chitari, like from, God, Avengers, but the Chikari. And it looked like that. So I'm pretty sure I've already used that texture, and I don't want to duplicate textures too many times throughout different species. Right now, I want to wrap this up and around the armpit so it looks accurate to how skin actually moves. Wow, that looks good. Holy, wow. I can do things. I can do things. Ha ha ha. I can actually do things. Wow. I'm looking forward to my boss seeing this. My coworker wasn't as interested. He was like, oh yeah, cool, awesome, haha. But like, I can't wait till my actual boss sees this. Because I've been like, learning this program. Oh, I can just move it around? Oh. I've been working really hard to learn this program in a way that will, you know, be more advantageous and faster for everybody else. And so now it's like, holy crap, I can do things. And it feels so good to have a better understanding of what I'm doing. You know, be able to get nicer products, I guess, for who I'm working for. It's a good feeling. Because the first one I did, oh my god, it was awful. Looking back on it, I want to redo it so bad, but we don't have the budget right now. I literally tried painting normals by hand. And I don't know how many of you do 3D, but if you do, you'll know that that's basically impossible and a giant pain in the butt. Jane asked, was that an Unis Honest shirt? Yes, it was. It's Camp Unis Honest. My sister has the black one and I have the white one because she always acts like Eve and I always act like Mark. Or actually, a lot of the time I act like Mark. There's going to be a bunch of really cool scales running down the back of this arm, so I'm not so sure if I should actually use this texture on them right now or later. Oh, I must have UV'd this area really nicely. It's laying down beautifully on it. I don't know if any of you know what UVing means, but it's essentially taking a character and sewing them apart. It's really cool, actually. Oh, bye Troy, see you later. Oh, Wazzle's asking why would I do that by hand? Because I didn't have Mudbox or anything. All I had was Adobe Photoshop, and back then I didn't know that I could just straight up paint, you know, like drag my FBX file into it and paint it. So, yeah, I was doing all of it by hand, and now I am, not. Ah! Whoa! 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 Okay, I don't know how to get out of this mode. I don't know what I did! Ah! Let me... Home? Down? Let me out! What did I do? Oh. 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 Oh, no. Switch view. Perspective. We're back! Okay. Whew! Lofa is asking Miranda, do you know anything about framing matting art? Actually, I don't know about framing or matting art. I usually just leave it in my sketchbook. Also, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a blinking red light down right over here, and it was reminding me to save. So if you're doing digital art, please everybody, save right now, so you don't have to have a horrible time later. Yeah, but I didn't even notice it. It was literally like blinking its ass off, trying to remind me to save. I guess I did a lot of different changes. And it was like, hey, this is too much memory. I'm gonna crash. I'm gonna crash soon. I'm gonna crash soon! So I didn't see that because actually my my speaker's in the way. Jane, you're done already? That was fast. The UVs must be pretty loose over here because they're not making a nice pattern right in that area. Fortunately, it's covered up, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll just build it out by hand in that area. Wow, it's actually flowing around the body like it should? What? It's almost like I've improved my art skills. It's almost like I'm getting better at my job. Ah! It's actually really nice improving my art skills and getting better at my job. Because I will grow and become superior. Okay, we're gonna twist this. And then one day I can actually be paid more than $20 an hour. Ooh. That's what happened actually, is I've been working for this guy for a really long time at this point. And really long meaning like 3 years. So basically he grabbed me just as he was like, "Oh, wow, you do art? You do 3D stuff? Can I hire you for things?" And he's a family friend, so I was like, "Heck yeah, let's do this." And he picked me up first, and I've had consistent work from him, which is really nice. But the company, it's not that it's not, it's actually not really doing that well right now because we haven't had like a good structure to work on. So he hasn't been able to give many people raises. And I'm like, now that we're working on different products, he was like, he mentioned raises, and I'm like, I've gotten so much better and I'm using better programs now. Can I have a raise? And so I'm looking forward to that, not gonna lie. Doing this for $20 an hour is a little bit tiring. Oh, I must have UV'd that area really nicely. That texture turned out very well. Ooh, muscular lizard guy with really cool scale patterns. I'm gonna flip this texture this way and make it big. E. Yeah, let's get big scales over here. Big boy scales. Whoop whoop. I'm just gonna have to transition them once I get over there. He looks like a crocodile with these scales. The butt! We must put scales on the butt. They must wrap over the butt properly. The scales must wrap over the butt properly, or else they do not be right. Ah! Oh, I thought there was a bug on my hand. I almost sounded like PewDiePie for a few moments there. What is going on tonight? Lizard butt. Lizard butt. Lizard butt. Lizard butt. If I opened commissions, will people even buy from me? You guys are hearing all of my like late night thoughts of, am I good enough? It's like, do people even like me? Are they just following me because they're following me? Am I being followed right now? Who's knocking on my door? Am I about to be murdered? It's just like, dunk, 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 dunk. Hey, would you like some free pizza? And I'm like, what? See, I'm being really weird right now. I'm sorry. If I got more money, I'd probably just spend it on car modifications. Not gonna lie. An uncommonly large boutte. Premium lizard butt. I didn't even see your guys' comments. Oh no, my poor Saurian. He's just standing there like, Mother, I am live on YouTube. Mother, I'm live on YouTube and you're displaying my posterior. Mother, why do people like my butt? Mother! We were here to talk about your car and just... Yes, the lizard has a big butt. There's actually a reason that the Saurian has a large butt. It's because they're supposed to be the brute class. For any of you who played D&D, you'll know what that means. But they're supposed to be a brute class. And not very smart. Like caveman level intelligence. So we're talking about a large, muscular lizard guy. That's all that these guys are supposed to be. Literally you have several negative things whenever you play them. You have to discount for their low intelligence. Like you get like a -2 or -3 on education and intelligence every time you roll. These guys aren't smart. But they're street smart, actually. They have really good street smarts. And they're cute. I'm sorry. I like the Saurians. They're fun. like he doesn't actually look that scary. He looks kind of gentle in a weird way. Like just, And you have to see their hair. Wait, no, you know what you guys have to see? You guys have to see what they used to look like before I got my hands on them. Because nobody's ever really done this. Nobody's actually made 3D models of the Traveler RPG characters. And, so wait, I want to show you what they were originally designed like, because it was really funny. Let's see, wiki. Here we go! This is what the Saurians, like, the initial sketch was. This is what the Saurians are supposed to look like. It's not the mailman Lofa. Not yet. Wait a few years. Yeah, so this is what... There is a almost naked Batman down there. We're not gonna look at that. Yeah, but this is what they were supposed to look like. Oh, I never saw this illustration. That's really cool. Yeah, so this is somebody else's interpretation of what a Saurian is supposed to look like, so a lot more like a carnivore. This is somebody else. This looks like a very similar artist. This is their interpretation of a Saurian. So yeah, basically I'm making a slightly updated version of this, and it's 3D, but that's a really nice picture. That's very beautiful. That's done well. I like that a lot. That's a nice picture. And this is apparently the little character versions of them. They're supposed to look like this person imagined them looking something like this, but that's magic. We're not dealing with magic, we're dealing with tech. Anybody else drew any of them? That's somebody's. That's also somebody's. That's starting to look like Anthro, though. Yeah. So I have to take this character, basically, and, yeah, there we go. There's another interpretation of what these guys look like. So I kinda got artistic license. I mean, that's the original. It looks ridiculous. It looks like a 90s cartoon. But I got permission, basically, well, we got permission to go in and make 3D versions of this. Mongoose is the original company who designed them. So if anybody from Mongoose ever sees this, I give your boy a huge ass. Ah, come on, angle properly. We need to put you on the legs. There we go. Working from the, actually I want to equalize these. Actually, you know, that has pretty good merging. That looks okay. I'm going to shift it a little bit. Shift. Let's get swifty. Take off your pants, take off your panties. I'm sorry, Rick and Morty just knocked into my brain randomly. One thing I did notice, actually, is in those pictures the Saurians had tails, and my Saurian does not have a tail at all. Well, my boss greenlit this design, so don't know what to do about that. God, what if Mongoose comes after? They're like, your dinosaur man, my beautiful dinosaur man, does not have. Where did his tail go? Where's my beautiful dinosaur man's tail? Why doesn't he have a tail? Just get in trouble for not putting a tail on the Saurians. Oh no. I can totally see that happening, and I'm like, it's not my fault. I looked at the design you gave me. Ah ha 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 ha. Ellie is saying, can he be my boyfriend? I mean, he is just a giant, you know, he's essentially a human himbo with a dinosaur head and sharp claws. So if you're into that, then whatever. You have to have his consent. You know, you can't go dating Lizard Man without him actually wanting to date you back. That doesn't work out. But I mean, there's nothing stopping you from dating him. And also, somebody said that they convinced somebody else they were a goose. What? Let's get the butt cheeks. Gotta. Actually, I'm not gonna do too much like detail from between the legs because we don't really need it. He wears clothes. He has this cool kind of tech Egyptian garb. That's the only way I can put it. I should probably detail that, actually. I'm looking forward to doing the detail of all the other places, too. It'd be nice if I could tell my boss, hey, this is the reason that this takes so long. I'm literally painting the character in two different fashions. First, I have to paint textures. Then, I have to paint... actual color. And then I have to do the female version. I've kind of tried explaining... like, we do these really cool, things. How are the scales gonna mesh over here? Give me a second, I'm thinking about this. Like that, does that work? That seems to work. Okay, we're good. We do this thing where we learn about all the other people in our company, and they kind of teach us how they do their parts of their job. And so I got to do a very light, you know, like 3D light version, teaching everybody about how my entire process works. But frankly, I could basically not even dip into it because, you know, anybody who does 3D knows that building out a full character is a massive job. It takes so much effort, and there's so many different parts to it. It's not something I could have just explained to them, and I didn't get to. And so I'm like, now I have Mudbox, which means our characters are going to be way, way higher quality, but I'm literally painting them with texture. So it's like, ah, ha, 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 this is why this is taking me longer. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. That neck area looks so good. Ah! Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm going to fill this in a teeny bit, but I actually have a different texture in mind for the neck area, so let's see if I can find it. Where did it go? Where did it go? I used to have a really good texture for this. Was it this one? No, definitely not. That's like denim. Denim, denim, denim. Denim, denim, denim. Denim, denim, denim. What does this one look like? Definitely not what I want. That's so cool looking! Oh, I can use that for the armor! Yay! Full body mods. Dragonborn conundrum? Oh no, Akila wants to now Google full body mullets. I'm going to try turning the stencil off and using a stamp to get the correct texture that I want here. It's a similar texture to what I was using before. Yeah, this is it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase this to 0.75. And I'm going to grab my brush, my hand brush, and I'm going to try doing this area by hand. Kind of want it more just like wrinkles, I guess, than chest plates. I want the chest plates to start below, so I'm going to work on the base of the wrinkles first. Build up the sides a bit, add a ridge line running upwards. Maybe add something a bit fancier in here, then I'll cut it off slightly later. Kind of what I'm going for. It's missing something. I also want to put more horns on the bottom of the head here. I'm gonna grab my smoothing tool, make it big, drop the strength a lot, gently go over it just to soften some of these edges a little bit. Another problem is that different programs display things in different ways. So this may be displaying beautifully in Mudbox, but it's not going to display this way in Maya, say, or Unity. So that's another challenge, is getting things to display properly. And that's honestly the thing that irritates me the most, because I will be making this gorgeous thing right here, and then patang! Another program won't want to display it like how I made it. We need to drop that. Let's drop it to 0.45. Like, if I'll be honest, I actually have a really, really, really good boss. I got extremely lucky. He's a sweetie pie, he's understanding, he's communicative. Like where did this guy come from? Is basically my question. Like, how? How does he, like, I got so lucky in so many aspects of my life, and I think this particular boss I have is one of those kind of more lucky things. He's a really great guy. He's a goofball, and he has really sweet kids, and the kids know me, and they want to talk to me, but I need to FaceTime them. But yeah, so I got really, really lucky with that in general. Generally a very good team of people. Ooh, that looks good. I like that. That came out well. Okay, let's take the knife tool and dig into this. I'm going to save just in case. There we go. Painting this guy is going to be an entirely different beast, isn't it? One thing that I discovered that really irritates me about a Mudbox is that you can paint, you can do this really cool sculpting, and then when you move to the painting stage, it looks like crap. So I'm kind of scared of putting paint on this guy. I'm also hoping to leave this as a surprise for my boss, because he's used to me turning in a certain quality of work, and this is just way, way higher than the quality I've done before, and I'm gonna be like, hey, 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 check out our Saurian, and I'm hoping to surprise him with it. Okay, I'm gonna do some cuts right around the edges of here. And around the outer edges right here. Do another cut in here and around the top. Another cut right there. And do some cut around the edges. Add a few scales. Just very light indentations of scales. We're gonna have just a bunch of dragons for this upcoming week. I kind of want to work on the hair quickly. Let me turn the hair on. Object list, hair mesh. That looks ridiculous. I'm going to unlock the hair mesh. I'm going to lock the body mesh so I can't touch it. And the fun thing about the hair mesh is they all go on the same UV. So when I move over the hair mesh, pay attention and see what happens, because it looks really cool. Hair mesh, okay. We're gonna make a new sculpt layer. And we're gonna sculpt directly onto the hair. Now, I think I will drive this up one more level. So we're gonna press Shift D, and that'll smooth it. And the hair alone right now has 236,000 polygons. So I'm going to choose this right over here. Actually, this is new. I don't know how to do this. It's locked at level 3. I want to sculpt at level 4.
sculpt, you must select an available layer, create a new layer, or change it back to level 3. How do I do that? This is very new to me. Maybe I will delete this layer. We will go to the object list. I'm going to select level 4. I'm going to go back to layers. I'm going to create a new layer. Can I sculpt on that? Yes, I can. We solved it. Yay! I'm not familiar with this at all yet. This is such a new program for me. Yeah, Wazzle and Diva, we've been having some difficulty with getting people into the server. I don't know if either of you have the ability within the server to give permissions, but if you find Whitney in there and just give her permissions, I think that'll work. I think we need to phone up SageScript or SageScript to figure out what's wrong with it. Because this is not the first time this problem has happened. Wait, Wazzle, are you a tavern master? I think you're tavern master, Wazzle. Just making sure that you have some amount of authority in the what is it? In our server, because I know you're one of the people I trust. What a weird texture. I wonder why it's doing that. Oh well. It's not very visible. You know what else isn't visible? The other side of that polygon. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have been doing the hair at all. Because all of these are sharing. Oh, it's just going to end up looking crazy, isn't it? We'll figure it out. Doesn't need to be figured out right now. I do want to put some paint on the hair, though. Let's do some painting. Oh my god, that's so strong. What was the, what is this thing supposed to look like? I remember sending it to Allegra, so let me go find. It was way up in here somewhere. There we go. I just need a reference picture of the Saurian. This is the picture I made to design the Saurian. Eh, come here, you. So its hair actually looks like... Where's the side view? So we need to go, essentially go from the body color to green to yellow to orange. We can do that. It looks a lot like the reference image. That makes me happy. Okay, I'm going to unlock... Oh wait, that's just the clothing. Okay. I'm going to unlock the Saurian body mesh. We're gonna try painting this. Okay. So it needs to start at the body color. We got that successfully. I'll put this up here. I'm going to shove it sideways. Keep this here to monitor shice in that. Okay, I'm gonna move this here so I can keep a tag on the chat. Saurian, you come over here and you be as small as possible, just so I can keep track of what you're supposed to look like. Okay, so yeah, we actually want to paint the body. I'm gonna focus on the body right now. Layers, base body color. I want to pick up this over here. Where's my eyedropper? Okay, that color, but we want to make it a lighter version. So I'll put, shove that down and put it over here. I know you guys can't see it very well, but I can see it. Lighter with a bit more yellow. And so I'm ever carefully, I'm going to choose a nice stamp, and I'm going to start working through here and changing the body color around the scales. Oh, that is way too large. Smaller. How big is it? It's painting on here too, but I kind of want that. Okay. Okay, go inside. Let me inside. Let me in! Okay. There we go. I didn't paint the head, did I? No, the head is not painted. We're good. Oh no, I painted the back of one single horn. What? Why is the back of only one horn painted? Control Z my life away. I'm gonna very carefully only work on these areas from now on. Okay, why is it painting this entire area? This ain't good, Scoobs. I'm going to solo the hair. We are locking the body officially because something funky is happening here and I don't like it and I'm losing colors. Whoa, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Is anywhere else? Fortunately, I haven't really seriously started painting the body, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just weird. Okay, yeah, unlocking the body. Block! Haha, you cannot be painted on now. We're gonna focus on only the hair. Because I do not want to keep messing up. I'm going to work with a regular paintbrush for now. So I can just do solid colors everywhere. Wait a moment, it's still affecting the main body. Are you okay? What is going on here? We might have to dig into that because it is not supposed to look like that. Technically, it wouldn't be that hard. You know what? I'm just gonna do the hair afterwards. I think I know what it is. There's multiple different UV layers overlapping each other, even though they aren't overlapping in Autodesk Maya. And it's just being a butt. It's being a butt! So we're going to lock the hair. We're going to make it invisible. I hope the same thing isn't happening to the body. How bizarre. Now, if I just turned that completely off, would it still do that? I wonder. Ah, the thrills of 3D right here. Yeah, 3D's fun. Do 3D, they said. Nothing will go wrong at all, ever, they said. Okay, I need to see the UVs and why this isn't working. Okay, those UVs are not laying over correctly. That is supposed to be the hair UV. You see, that makes sense. That's where it's supposed to be. This, on the other hand, I need to make separate UVs for. Is it because they're all on Lambert 2? You see, I'm still learning about this program, so sometimes I just screw up. It's one of those moments. Viewport files, layers. With the base body layer. You know what I'm probably going to do? I'm going to import the clothes separately and then combine them later. So we're just going to not do the clothes for this particular one. I'm going to make them invisible. And then we're going to be doing the hair by hand in Photoshop because I actually know how that one's going to turn out looking, so we can afford to do it that way. Awesome. Welcome, Whitney, to the Discord channel. Yeah, but I think I'm going to end up doing the hair and the clothing for the Saurian separately. I'm going to import them separately and do them on their own because this is just becoming a giant pain in the butt. So we're going to look at the object list. We are turning off the clothing and locking it. We're unlocking the body, and we're just going to move and work on the body for now. And later I can just create completely separate files. So it'll be fine. When you become a 3D modeler, you work around everything. Excuse me, I just had the weirdest hiccup burp ever in the world. Okay. Viewport, object list, layer. Onions! Okay. I want to turn off that, and we are going to be... No, wait. What? No, we're working on the body right now. What level of the body? I think we're working on level 4 of the body? Yeah, we're working on body level 4, so eat my butt. Okay, we should be good now. Logan says they're getting ice cream. I am jealous. Okay, we don't need the color picker right now. Okay, thank you, Whitney, for coming. Where did that water come from? Thank you, Whitney, for coming. I hope to see you again and hope to see you interacting with everybody on the Discord server. Good to have you. The butt. What are we on right now? We should be on Sculpt. Why did that work? I just crisscrossed over it and it kind of worked. Didn't work as well as it could, so we're gonna get rid of it. But it almost worked. This one? No, it's not this one. Wait, we were using a stencil before. Where's our stencil? That one? I think I was using this one. I think I was using this one. I honestly don't remember. Okay, let's turn it around. Let's increase our brush size. And let's cover the butt with scales. That's too many scales. It's too strong. I'm going to gently caress the butt with the brush to make the scales appear. That sounded so wrong. Completely ignore everything I just said. I really want to work on the back thingies. Let's work on the back thingies. Just pure sculpting tool. Let's just do that. I want to make these pop out. These look cool. Lizard man. He's literally just a lizard man. I'm gonna have to smooth out the texture of them afterwards because we're working over the original scales. Build it up in the center, a little bit on the sides, but not too much. That looks funky. We need to grab the flattening tool and smudge down to top a bit. How's everybody's art going? How is everybody arting right now? Oh, that's a way better shape. Cool. Is there a hotkey for this? Getting tiring going back and forth. You know what? I'm gonna build them up really, really, really high, and then I'm just gonna go through and flatten them. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to change the thumbnail for this. Because what we should be doing right now to go into web shows, Hybrid Miranda, Friday, open. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Oh, I really like that shape. I think I'm gonna continue with that shape. That's a good looking shape. Okay. See if I can replicate that on these other ones. Can't believe it's... Oh, wow, never mind. It's not light out anymore. I was like, wow, everybody, it's still light out. And I looked outside and it's like really dark. And I'm like, oh, wow, everybody, it's not light out anymore. I just had a thought. Because I know there's some people who troll digital artists online. They'll be like, it's not real art. And I'm like, if it's not real art, and you don't actually have to be an artist to do something like this, then why don't you go do it and do it at the same time I have? We got the butt spike. Okay. I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit. Looks a little bit janky. Higher strength. Like the entire thing of people trying to define what other people's art is or isn't art, it honestly does bother me a little bit because I'm like, just let people live. Let them exist. It really doesn't, you know, the only reason that somebody would be moderating somebody else's art is to bring them down. So what does that say about the person? It says that they are upset and sad and angry about something. And I feel bad for them. Knife is not supposed to be a sculpting tool. Knife is supposed to push stuff down. Sculpt brings things up. Knife cuts into things, but it's not acting like it should. I think my program is stuck. Okay, see you later, ink. Yeah, this is not working the way it should. It's working like a build tool. This is the first time I've seen a knife build instead of cut. What about wax? Whoa! I've never used that before. Actually, I know exactly where I want to use that. Ooh, wait. That's perfect. We need to tone it down a lot. Yeah, in there. It'll be so useful in there. We still need to turn it down. How did I want these chest plates to work? I think I wanted them to work like this. I know this is really weird, but I'm thinking about the Grinch Who Stole Christmas right now. And how mad I was at when he was remembering how he got bullied in school on that one day where they were supposed to be bringing Christmas presents in. And he came in, you know, like with the what is it, you know, with his head shaved, with his face shaved. And I just remember, you know, what's his name going, "Look at that hack job," and everybody laughs, and I'm like, I wanted to punch that child. I got so mad because I really liked the Grinch, and he was a cute kid and everything, and he was just trying to be himself, and that little jerk of a kid, it made me so grumpy, that particular part of the movie. I was like, no, baby Grinch. Ah! But at the same time, I totally understand his reaction, like, wholeheartedly. I probably would have reacted in a similar way, just like tearing apart the entire room. Especially, you know, you get consistently bullied and then your bully is like, ha ha, look at your head. God, I would have flipped my shit too. That's really pretty. Knife, please work. It's not working. The knife is just working like a build tool right now. What about smear? Oh, that is not a pretty thing. Amplify? What does amplify do? It looks like it sharpens edges, which is kind of useful. Amplify is like the digital version of increased contrast. That's really cool to know. Oh, that's so cool! Oh my gosh, that's so cool! Wait, I really love Amplify. Amplify is a great tool. Never mind, I'm very happy with this. I'm no longer confused, and I am now feeling the power of Amplify. This is awesome. I no longer have to cut things by hand. I can just amplify. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, well, duh, it's the opposite of smooth. Wow, I'm smart. Okay. I guess I feel a lot like the Grinch because there were parts of my like high school career where I was bullied. Not quite like that, but in a kind of similar way. What is repeat? I have no idea what this is meant to be. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to give him titty spikes. Okay. But it's like, I know that anger, I guess. What about spray? Interesting. Very interesting. Ah, the joys of 3D. But I know the anger he felt, I guess, in that scene. So, what's foamy? Oh, that is so weird. That is so strange. Woo. Okay, we don't need that. Pinch? Can we give him nipples? Oh no, it's just pinching things together. Never mind. Grab. Ha! Titty spikes! He looks like that one SpongeBob character, except inversed. The SpongeBob character went like this. Oh no! Wait. Ta-da! There, we have the SpongeBob character guy. Actually, this will be very useful for making spikes on the edge of its face. Wait, I do want to use... I want to see if I can utilize that exact tool I just used to amplify the spikes that I created over here before. I can. Lovely. Why was I using the build tool when I could have just been using this? I can't say your name out loud. Okay,
TBL is saying, okay, two things. One, how's it going? And two, what's the name of this character? It's going pretty well. We're just chilling and drawing stuff together. This character is called a Saurian. It is part of my job to make characters for my boss, and this is the current character that I'm supposed to be making. So much easier to use this tool than just trying to build it up by hand. I keep learning things about this program. Yeah, but anybody who's ever been bullied in school, I think can feel that particular scene with the Grinch hardcore to their heart, where it would have been nice just to be able to let loose and freak out and scare everybody off. Or just, you know, get back at them. Because I can tell you, I had so many moments in school where I was like, can I just let off on these people, please? Even to the point of freaking them out, I don't care. Like, just leave me alone and let me be. Don't bully me, please. And it's sad that there's like this stereotype for school being really mean. I don't know if it was like that for other people, but I definitely caught a super mean crowd in my particular year of school. There were girls who would make fun of me for not having a boyfriend. There were girls who would accuse me of being a lesbian. There were girls who called me fat. There were girls who, you know, just back and forth made fun of my drawings, made fun of how I dressed because my mom couldn't buy fancy clothes for me. It was just like, And I really, really hope that they grow up to be better parents than their parents parented them to be as children. Because it's just, the kids that have to deal with bullying, it hurts. It really does hurt. Like, they, you know, especially when they gaslight you and they're like, oh, I was just kidding, don't take it so seriously. How can you not? They humiliate you in front of the entire school. It's really hard not to, you know, not to take personally. Where's the wax tool? I liked that tool. There we go. I'm going to save this and reload it, and hopefully the knife tool will work correctly. Because I like being able to cut right into it. Okay, so let's exit out of this. Let's let it set for a few seconds. And let's open Mudbox. Okay, now hopefully the knife will work correctly now, so we can give the chest proper definition. I also wonder if the flatten tool would work in this situation, but let's see here. Nope, the knife tool is still bulging things out. How strange, how peculiar. Because everything else is working the way it should, but this tool. What about scrape? What does scrape do? Scrape flattens details. Good to know. Flatten. I want to see if I can use the flatten tool to push that back in there. Don't think that's how that tool is supposed to work. What if I increased
There we go. That increased the strength a lot. Nope. It's literally just taking away details. You see, this is where the knife tool would be very useful, except that it's not working. And the smear tool is not working either. It makes some... You can make some pretty cool clothing with it, though. There's a remesh tool in here? What? Ah, the things I only learn ages later. Okay, this is supposed to be scrape. Let me increase scrape really high and see what it does. It's only scraping away the detail on top of the mesh. It's not letting me push into it. That might be the thing. You know what? Let me go back to sculpt and let me build up the mesh. I do not wish to use any sorts of stamps or stencils. Do I? Honestly, this is a really good stamp tool. Where to go? Wait a moment. Was it this one? I thought it was this one. Oh, we're just gonna build. Looks like my program in general is deciding to say, hey, I'm tired. What are you doing? And I'm like, I am trying to earn money. Obey me, program. Get some big building up here. Maybe that's why the knife tool isn't working. It's because there's nothing for it to cut into. Always a possibility. Okay, now let's try the knife tool. Work! It's still building instead of pushing. I must have pressed a button of some sort with the knife tool that's making it not work properly. Fall off, material presets, lighting presets. Invert values? No. Huh. The knife tool really just does not want to work right now. Okay, that's super weird. Now it's working after I inverted its function. Did I press something super duper weird? It's making it not want to work at all. Yeah, because now it's pressing in like it's supposed to, only after I said invert function. I am perturbed. I'm confused, perturbed, tired, exhausted. I wish to go to sleep, and my tools are not working in the way I wish them to. It is just another night as a 3D modeler. Kinda wanna go drive my car later tonight. Just doof off. Maybe get arrested, who knows? I'm just kidding. Oof. That's cutting the mesh in a very weird way. Wazzle-kun saying, I'm either going for ice cream or to commit a felony. I'll decide on the way. Well, you see, I have a rear-wheel drive manual sports car. Well, it's not sports car, it's a Miata. It's a good roadster. It's fun around the corners, and you can modify it to be as fast as a Porsche if you really have the money. But some days I'm just like, should I go and do donuts, or do I want to go and eat donuts? I really don't know. When I'm stressed, it's definitely do the donuts, not eat the donuts. By the way, Wazzle, something kind of funny happened. People were talking about you behind your back. And it was really cute stuff. Because I forget who it was. It was, I forget what captain it was, but one of the captains and I were talking about all the people we really appreciated on the server. And I remember specifically this captain mentioned you, and they're like, oh yeah, and fucking Wazzle. I love Wazzle to death. So I don't know why I remembered that right now, but you have funny interjections of words, and you have such really good art. And there are lots of people on the server that really appreciate you. So thank you for being part of my server. Yeah, you're like, what, were you worried that was gonna be bad stuff? No. I wouldn't go straight up say, oh yeah, people hate you. No. No, it was all very positive stuff. I forget who I was talking with. It might have been Petrific, actually. Yes, it was. She and I were chatting for whatever reason. Oh yeah, it was a late night. It was a late night chat. And she and I were just talking about particular members of the server that we really appreciate. And she's like, oh yeah, and Wazzle. And I'm like, yeah, I have no idea where Wazzle came from, but I think she's really cool. And she considers you like an art mom or something, and she really likes your art style. And so it just came out of nowhere, but I was like, oh yeah, but Terrific really thinks you're cool. You saying, listen, I had years of my whole friend group talking secret shit about me in school. Oh, that sucks. I know how it feels, though, because mine did, too. Apparently, they were trying to handle me or something because I didn't act in the way they thought I would. Some bullshit like that. So I know exactly how that feels. It's frustrating when you think, you know, you're friends with somebody and then it turns out they're like, oh, they're such a weirdo. Oh, we don't know how to handle them. And you're like, I need to be handled? What? I mean, granted, I was destructive as a teenager, so kind of understand it. Am I really hand drawing scales? Yes, I am. I just want it to match up to these ones. I love the mysterious music. It feels nice. I want to go stand on my roof, look up at the stars and feel like I don't belong. I do that a lot. I think I have a problem. When it comes to me, I wouldn't say talking shit, but when it comes to me and somebody being stupid on the server, what happens is we discuss them, like, and what we should do about them in the in Yadalon's tent, and then I'm usually the one who goes and just says, hey, you know, there's something happening. We never just grumble about somebody behind their back without approaching them and talking to them, so you never have to worry about that. I would feel like that would be dishonest, because God knows I've been, you know, talked about behind my back by so many people, especially in high school. So it's like, I'm not gonna do that to somebody else. Sometimes people actually consider me mean because I'm very blunt. I'll be like, hey, you're causing trouble. Here, come, talk with me. Let's discuss it. Let's make sure we can all exist peacefully in this environment. And I didn't used to be like that, but frankly, I've just gotten so sick and tired of people gossiping, I guess. Gossip is one of my least favorite things in the world. Why am I spending more time on the face? I thought I was done. I don't need to do this. It looks beautiful. It's fine. It's gorgeous. It's a masterpiece. Miranda, stop it. Save and move on. But yeah, I hate talking about people behind their back because I can just imagine myself in that same position. And, you know, just happening in on the conversation, being like, people are saying that kind of stuff about me? Huh. And then you feel so shitty afterwards, so why would I ever do that to somebody else? Especially in a weird way, because I know a lot of the art tykes about here, we've all been called weirdos and bullied at some point in our life, because, you know, the normies are like, oh, look at the weird emo person drawing hearts and swords and scars again. You're such a strange person. And I'm just like, you're going to live up, you're going to grow up, have a job that never pays over 70K, have 2 or 3 kids, retire and die. Congratulations on a mediocre lifestyle. We gonna have fun and live. But that's my thing. I might be talking a bit about very specific people in my school, but I hate seeing creative people be bullied just because other people don't understand them. It seems like such a waste of pain. That sounds weird. It's like, you should ration your pain. You need to ration your pain and spend it on very specific things. But no, like, just seeing creative people be bullied simply for being themselves hurts so much. There were even people in my college. There were kids who were not, you know, psychological. What is it called? There's a specific word that people use for it these days. Neurotypical? I think that's what it's called. There were people in my college, me amongst them, that were not neurotypical, although I pass for neurotypical. I apparently have very mild Asperger's. It's never really gotten in my way. I always just thought it was ADHD, but apparently it's something, you know, a little bit heavier. And although actually ADHD can be a lot heavier than, depending on its severity, than Asperger's, but I digress. And so, you know, I had difficulty being social sometimes. I had difficulty communicating. I had anxiety about talking to people. And, you know, I still did well. I was still one of the better people in the class. But there were still people who just bullied each other despite the fact that we're all there just trying to do our best and be artists. And it was so frustrating. I'm like, I thought I left this shit back at high school, but apparently not. And so that's why I'm quick to defend and be very straight up with people, because I'm tired of seeing people be brought down by others. It's really irritating. So irritating. And here's another thing. I used to be terrified of conflict. I'm really not anymore. I used to completely and utterly avoid it, which led to troubles with my roommates, trust me. But these days I don't. These days I'm just like, hey, let's jump on it. Because pain is pain and anxiety is anxiety. And my thought process is no matter what, I'm always going to have anxiety. It's going to be there, may as well exist around it. God, this chest is going to take forever, isn't it? The face looks so nice and the chest is just like, donk! Let's save again. Oh, I can increment and save? Wish I knew that before. Here's some artists saying, I really appreciate that bluntness about you, especially when it comes to a server. That bluntness is very helpful. The funny thing is, in the beginning, I wasn't being blunt because I was afraid of, like, insulting people and making them, you know, uncomfortable in the server. But eventually we had several people that just I needed to be blunt with, and so I was, and it was uncomfortable for everybody, but we solved some problems. So I guess that's the aim of being blunt in the first place, is solving problems. Like, it's kind of funny. I never thought I was going to be a blunt person. I always thought I would be the, you know, kind of gentle one. Like, oh, let's make sure everybody's happy and peaceful. And then I realized that, outside of Pitterific, lots of us have social anxiety issues. And I kind of needed to step up to the plate and be the blunt one. I really didn't want to at first. But it just kind of happened, I guess, is the best way of putting it. I just was like, oh, nobody else is going to do this, and I'm the owner of the server, so I guess it's my responsibility. So that's actually how the bluntness came around, and it really helped me grow as a person. I definitely changed after becoming more blunt. What does a lizard's ear look like? I'm gonna have to do some research. It's also because I just had a loss of patience. Because some people would come into the server, they wouldn't read the rules, they'd post things in the wrong chat, they wouldn't put spoilers over potentially, you know, triggering things. And I'm just like, we have these rules for a reason. Listen and read them. Is it really that difficult to get through maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs of writing? Is it really that difficult? I mean, considering people don't read terms and conditions or instructions before starting something, I guess so. But yeah, I just lost my patience, which is one of the reasons that I got blunt. It's kind of the grumpy side of me, in a way. I didn't used to have it that much, but it's just made itself a bit more known, I guess. Being forced into a position of rulership, of leadership, and, you know, giving people different jobs. I just got tired of bullshit, I guess. It's also my server, and I'm a dictator, so I can tell people what to do, and they must do it or they're out. So that's another reason. But it's not that I'm tripping on power at all. No, that's not a thing. That's definitely not the problem. It's more of the entire, I want people to stay safe, and you know, you should be able to put in 3 minutes of effort to make other people feel a bit more comfortable, especially when it's not your own server. Like, if it's your own server and you want to be a jerk, well, go ahead, I guess. But not in my server, assholes. There we go. I'm just spending like a crap ton of detail on the head when I've already finished the head. I really should be moving to the rest of the body. But I like the head, it looks so cool. I did a good job with it and I put in really cool details, and now it's like, ah! What if I just started drawing weird lines in here? Can I just leave the ears a bunch of weird lines? Will that work? Ah! I suppose the ear will be filled with weird lines from now on. That is how this dinosaur ear will look. And I'm going to put a particularly large indentation right over there, and that will be the ear hole, ladies and gentlemen, and gentle people, and lady people, lady men. There's a lot of different genders to go over, I'm sorry. humans and humans. That's what it'll be from now on. I guess that's what it'll be, humans and humans. That actually looks cool. Never mind. I'm happy I just randomly drew lines. It looks good now. Somehow I made it work. Because I'm that good. Okay. Should probably stop running my clock. I'm overcharging my boss for this. I'm having too much fun. No. Oh wait, I need to read through the comments now. Yeah, Wazzle's saying, honestly, I think some people don't grow out of their high school stuff. Absolutely. And if you ever need someone to be blunt and confrontational, I am pretty good at it, though sometimes too good. Patricia said, see, you are still nice about it. The people who use their bluntness to hurt you. Yeah. Here's some art says, I'm really bad at being blunt, like even when that one thing happened when I was the only mod online. Oh, what that was... That thing that happened... Okay, what Logan is talking about, because that's his name of the server. What he's talking about is there was a troll that came in and dropped JoJo's Big Adventure or whatever, like pornography drawings of that, like really graphic illustrated porn art. And that's one thing that makes certain people uncomfortable, so it was difficult for some of the mods to deal with it because it was literally just, you know, uncomfortable and triggering. And, you know, situations like that are different, though. I'm talking more about, like, just dealing with assholes. Because, frankly, that person came in specifically to cause harm. Like, that was... That seemed like a revenge subject drop. That wasn't just like, oh, you're not letting me put what art I want in here? I guess I'll put in some porn. That I think they came in with the intention of dropping, you know, icky stuff like that. Like especially because they had like an alter account that we found. It was just very similar. It was a very similar SpongeBob profile pic, and the person was acting like an idiot. And so I'm like, I ended up just dumping both of them because we didn't actually dump the other person. But yeah, that's a different situation. I'm talking about people just, you know, being a bit up their butt and having to talk to them about not being up their butt. It's the best way I can put it. Speaking of up a butt, we are getting close to the dinosaur man's abute again. I'm gonna be spending so much time on sculpting. Man. But my boss has a budget. I can't keep doing all this detail. I was put on a 30-hour time budget, and I'm pretty sure I've hit that by now. I'm gonna pause the timer on my work, and I am going to jump in and see how much time I've spent on this particular project, because I want to see if I've hit my timer mark, because if I have, I'm just gonna not charge, because, you know, this guy's hired me on and off for 3 years and really good company. Let me save it. And let's check in on how much I've worked. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So that is $3. Not $3. 3 hours. I have a maximum of God. How many hours am I allowed to work on this? 30 hours. That's what they've dedicated. I might ask for more. 3 plus 1.5 plus 0.5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3.25? Yeah. Plus 4.25? Plus... so much work on this dinosaur man! Plus 3. Plus 5.75 plus 0.5 plus 1 plus... Oh, shoot. I think I'm about to hit my 3-hour mark. 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 1. Oof! We're at 32.75 hours on this project. That means that I have gone over on it by about 3 hours, so I'm going to have to ask permission before I can charge more time for it. One bad thing did happen. There was a problem while I was 3D modeling it, and the face basically dismantled itself actively. It was really interesting to watch. But bad for me, because that's like, oh wow, that ain't good. $78 Law said, oh my god, the detail. Thank you. Yeah, I think I've put a bit too much time into it. It's supposed to be... Okay, here's the thing. Let me show you what normally the stuff is that it's supposed to look like. Okay, let's go to... So this is the level of work I'm supposed to be doing right now. Let's go to the shop. Let's full screen this so you can actually see what I'm doing. So the level of detail I'm supposed to be getting to, here's one of them. See this guy over here? See how kind of crappy the armor is and basic looking, and how there's like no detail on the face? Then we have this motherfucker. I did get robbed of about 7 hours of work, having to restructure the head twice. So I should have about 5 more hours I can put into this after that mishap. But the problem is, I don't think I can charge for it. Okay, yeah, so that's a drawing, and I do want to redo the drawing. That was not my 3D model. I'll show you. So, okay, these are the human 3D models right here. I didn't make these. But see, these are nicely detailed, but they're like very flat outside of over here. Oh, there's a bunch of images. Yeah, like look at the planet texture versus the character detail. That weirds me out. But my first ever character. Here's a fun thing. This will show you how much I've improved in about a year. So my first project ever really was making these guys, not the Aslans themselves. It was making their clothes. So I redesigned and I recolored all of their clothing, and I gave them new clothing that they could wear. So this clothing, not the characters and not the actual physical mesh, but these textures were my textures. First big job I did for RPG Suite. And then the second big job is he said, can you create a new species for me? And so I created these guys, the Bwops. Now look how flat they are. Look, they don't have good shadows. They're not shiny, nothing. So this is the first full 3D model I actually created for somebody. This right here. And the second full 3D model, let's see if they're on the market right now. The second one I ever did was this guy. Right here. This is the Chikari. Remember Sexy Fishman? This is the Sexy Fishman, and he's now in the game. And he looks so much more high quality than the Bwops did, those weird lizard people I was just showing you that had no shadow or anything. This looks awesome. And now, my third project, within about a year or so, is this. So you can see the crazy increase in learning that I've been doing to get to this point. The problem is, I'm looking at the standard of this 3D model right over here. And even this one here looks really good. If you compare that to, let's see, are the Aslans even in here? Are the Aslans standard? I don't even know if the Aslans are a standard package you can just buy. But if you look at it compared to the other characters, this is probably the highest detail character, the Hiver. Like, even the Hiver is pretty flat, and this is going to be crazy amounts of detail. And so I'm like, did I go overboard? And I think I did. I think I went a little bit overboard with this simply because I got excited about the new level of detail I can achieve. And outside of that, the mesh falling apart twice in a row thanks to a very, very specific glitch. But yeah, I really shouldn't be worrying too much when I'm looking at the detail of the other things. And this is actually pretty good. This is pretty highly detailed. So this is kind of where I want to get to. Unfortunately, there's no straight up Aslans here. I want to be able to show you guys Aslans, but they're not around here right now. There's an Aslan back there. You know, that's a good amount of detail. The Vargur over here is it's not that good. I don't know what that creature is, but like the drawing here, the drawing's actually pretty detailed. It's not crazy detailed though. And the thing is, you're going to be seeing them small on screen, so it doesn't matter that much. And so I think I've gone overboard just because I'm having so much fun. Oh, I'm having fun and it's making me work harder. Found cool backgrounds for it though. That's nice looking. It's a cool game, and it has so much room to improve, which makes me happy that I get to jump on it as the improvements are going along. What about downloads? Free downloads! Free downloads! No. Official Chikari. It's nice that it's sitting right over here. I actually made this image. This is my image. I got to render my Chikari man, my sexy fish man, and then I got to put him on a cool background, match the shadows, make everything look nice. That's all me, baby. But yeah, so I guess this is a test of proof of concept in a way, that I know how to use Mudbox pretty well now. Didn't put any texture on the top of its head. But yeah, this is kind of like, this feels like a proof of concept to me that yes, Mudbox really was worth the $10 a month. Because the quality that we're going to be putting out is just going to be so much higher. Because he's just like, he's so pretty. Like that's a pretty 3D model there. And I did the base 3D modeling myself. Oh, and I love the details on the horns, like the grow lines going up the horns. Like, it looks so cool. It looks so cool. And you know what? This makes me even more excited, because this means I can go and I can create my own characters in 3D. Like, I'm like, awesome. I can actually finally start sculpting my characters in 3D and making them, which is like so amazing to me. I'm looking forward to actually, you know, getting time aside in my hyper busy schedule. And actually, I have since art is literally my business and I do it as a living and I have such a huge passion for it, I have what's referred to as a 2-year, a 5-year, and a 10-year plan. And so my 2-year plan, I was writing about this before in Discord. 2-year plan is to finish editing my books, editing and writing the books. That's what I want to do in 2 years. Because I've written books 1 through 6. They all need to be re-edited, or edited in general. Some of them have not been touched by an editor yet. They all need to be edited, and I need to, I really want to work on publishing them, because I want the PIRANTINA stories themselves to get out. My plan for 5 years is to have all the books in the PIRANTINA series out, because there's about 28 of them, if you include side stories, individual novels for certain characters. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there. And also art books. So there's going to be some years where I'm not writing at all. All I'm going to be doing is drawing over and over again. And actually, some of the ARTBLOCK Friday drawings have been for the art books. So I have those going for me right there. And so that's my 5-year plan. Get all of the PIRANTINA books out. And my 10-year plan is to have most of the main characters 3D modeled and have some animations going, so I can actually maybe give it to a big, television company and say, hey, would you like to make this into a show or something? This is the work of, and I know the story's good. I need to edit the original writing because I wrote it not immaturely. I just wasn't, I hadn't ever written anything long before that. So as long as I need to write things, flush it out, turn it essentially into a usable product. And my biggest dream is to get PIRANTINA to be an actual show. I want people to be able to see the characters moving and everything. And I don't want to have to wait for a company, though. I want to kind of just jump on it. And since I am an animator and I have all the tools I need, I'll be able to create the characters in 3D and do some animations. And I'm a decent voice actor, so I can do some of the voice acting. I can learn new tools. Like, if I can learn this Mudbox thing within a few weeks and get to this point in it, I feel like I can conquer the world. And I'm looking forward to seeing where I'm going to be in a few years. I am worried about burnout because I have so many ideas and I have so many things I want to do, but PIRANTINA feels to me like a duty more than anything. It feels like something that was given to me, and I really have a responsibility to finish it sometime before I die. And so I just have an interest to also get it out to people. It's important to me, which is honestly, the YouTube channel has been stressing me a little bit, because I'm like, oh, before this, I would have really paid attention to my webtoon and my books more than anything. And now it's like, I'm juggling the YouTube channel, I am juggling Patreon, I am juggling the webtoon, I'm juggling my books, I am juggling my regular job, and I need to stay healthy. And apparently I'm supposed to be dating people and, looking for a permanent, like some sort of arrangement for the rest of my life. And so right now, that's why actually, in a way, I went quiet for the last few weeks. It's because I was like really stressed out. Everything kind of hit me all at once, and I was like, oh my god, how am I going to finish all of this? There's just so much to do. There's so much to do, and will I be able to do it? And I had horrible, if Kunai girl's here, she could second me on this. I had horrible fraud feeling. I don't know how to describe it. Imposter syndrome? Yeah, I had horrible imposter syndrome, because I was like, why are people actually following me? Why are they here? What are they here for? I'm not that cool of a person. What am I doing with my life? And the last 2 days I've been really depressed. I'm just trying to figure everything out and feeling kind of hopeless in a way. But I'm feeling a little bit better now, which is why we're doing ARTBLOCK Friday, you know, and that's actually an important thing you people, like, not you people, that people need to realize about their idols. We all get depressed. Social media is extremely, extremely overwhelming. Being in the public eye is overwhelming. I get freaked out when my Instagram followers dropped because I'm like, I feel like I should be keeping up on my Instagram because I have 12,000 some people on Instagram. I feel like I should really be keeping up on the webtoon because some people are following me for the webtoon. And realistically, I'm just doing too many things to keep up with all of them at once. And the thing that really is important to me more than anything else is finishing the PIRANTINA books and helping people on YouTube. And so I think that's what I'm going to be focusing on in the future and kind of balancing out. And outside of that, you know, and my actual job as a 3D modeler is pretty important too. But it's like, it's in a weird way, it's the poison of success. Because there's so many things I could be doing right now. Let's be real. There's so many things I could be trying to aim myself at, and right now I'm trying to figure out which ones I should be aiming myself at. And it is stressful, and I feel sad that I can't be the person that everybody wants me to be in their own ways. Because some people want me to be, you know, a big TikTok star, and I barely post on TikTok anymore despite having over 500,000 followers. Some people want me to continue posting on Instagram. Some people want me to dedicate all of my time to a webtoon. And frankly, I can't do all of it. And I also have to manage my own life in the meantime, so it's like, holy crap. And I don't have the money to hire an assistant, because if I did, I would definitely have somebody trying to organize my life and make social media posts for me. Like, that would totally be the direction I'd be going in. But I don't have the money to hire a personal assistant right now, so it's just me as a one-woman army kind of thing, and it is hella difficult. I do not know how some people do it. Like, seriously, how do they do it? I don't know how. I want to lay on my roof and look at the stars half the time, and then I'm like, wait, I should be making a YouTube video, and it just gets so crazy. And I'd rather be open about it, because there's this, like, I feel like a lot of YouTubers don't show you the behind the scenes, like how stressful things are, or they decide to go and dump money to make themselves, you know, give themselves a you know, some sort of boost. And it's like, I want to buy a turbocharger for my car, not a personal assistant. That sounds bad. I want to buy car parts, but it's the truth. Look at these lazy ass scales I'm putting under here. Lazy, lazy, lazy scales. It works. As long as I follow the lines on the character, it works just fine. Putting some definition right there. I want the temperature to drop. Actually, no, the temperature's fine. I need better circulation in this house. There, I think that looks really good. I think we are A-okay for this area now. You're such a handsome dinosaur boy. You're such a handsome dinosaur boy. I'm going to message my boss and ask her about time. Be teaching me on Monday.
There we go. I talked to my boss. I hope I can get those extra hours in. Wait, I'm gonna check on you. Oh God, what is it called? I'm gonna check in on people's comments. What music were we listening to? Starred. There we go. Here's some artists saying, I really need to stop drawing rocks. The whole reason I brought Quincy through a new door was so I didn't need to, and now I am again. That's a mood. Wazzle's saying, as I said before, it really sounds like you need an assistant. Ow, my back. Okay. I need to screenshot this. Let me screenshot. There we go. Let's open up Photoshop. Photoshop always lags for me. See, there, it's lagging. It's doing the lag thing. You gonna work for me? New. Okay. Control V. Let's crop it. Let's save it. Let's JPEG it. Let's put it here. Yes, I do want to replace it. Where'd it go? There we go.
spell boutique? Oh, there's supposed to be a U in there. Okay, that looks good. We are okie dokies, boys. Actually, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to put in the UVs. Actually, I want to test the normal map. There is something I wish to do. I can't technically work on this anymore. I'm a mini boss. I'm a mini boss, and she talks to the big boss, and I just told my mini boss, hey, I need some extra time. Am I allowed to have that extra time? And she's gonna be talking to the big boss and, yeah, asking for me. What we need to do right now, though, I need to do some testing. No, I don't want to save it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do File, Save Scene. And now, if I remember how to do this correctly, because I want to test this mesh and see how it's going to appear on a smaller polygon mesh. This mesh over here has, let's see how many it has. Okay, this mesh over here, a level 4 mesh, has 4 million polygon surfaces on it. That's a lot of polygon surfaces. That can't display in a live action game. What can display, though, is about 30,000. So what we're going to do is we are going to be taking this and go create, I think, display UVs and maps, extract texture maps, new operation. I just want the normal map. Ah, where'd you guys go? There we go. I don't want that. That's creepy music. Let's play this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do, target models. Add selected, Saurian low body level 0, and add selected level 4. I kind of want to, can we not go to level 5? I suppose we can't go to level 5. All I want to do in this situation is make a normal map that will work, because right now what we can basically do is extract this really nice 3D modeling I've done on this extremely high resolution mesh, and we can create it into a special map that will kind of fake texture and drop it onto a low resolution mesh. Let's go ray casting. Yeah, search distance. Image size, I want it to be nice. So let's make it like this. Edge bleed global, anti-aliasing. Let's go high anti-aliasing. Yes. Yes. Sure, texture works. Let's put this somewhere. We need to go into Saurian. Source images. Saurian M texture test 1. We will save it as a PNG. And this might crash the live stream, so if this crashes the live stream, I will pull it up as quickly as I can. I guess we're going to be doing subdivision instead of raycasting. Okay, let's see if this actually functions the way it should. Crossing my fingers. We did save it, so if this crashes, we should be okay. I'm nervous. I'm literally biting my finger. Ah, it's not responding. What? What do you mean it finished successfully? I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. Let's go to work. Client work, Noah, Noah Traveler, Saurian, source images. Oh, it is here. It actually worked. Oh my god, look at that! That's so cool! Wow! Now I can't go over 2000 resolution at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit out of this. We already saved it once, so we should be okay. Cross my fingers. Okay. Let's open Autodesk Maya 2017. I was worried that it wasn't working because it stopped responding, but I guess I keep forgetting how fast my computer is. Like, I have a whole chungus and a half of a computer. I don't know if you guys ever met my computer. Meet my computer. Oh, come here. I need you to stretch, buddy. Go over the top. Yeah, no, this is my setup. I have a double screen. That's my recording thing right over there. So that's what I use to record. That's where the sound's coming through. That's my light. This is my soundproofing all around here. And yeah. Oh god, iPad Pro, THX speakers because I'm an audiophile. I got my fidget toys because I have severe ADHD. My best friend gave me this keyboard. It's excellent. It took me a while to get used to. I got a Wacom Intuos Pro, nice mouse, my McLaren P1, and yeah, this giant thing here. Oh, and this is where I hang my headphones for audio editing. But like, God, can you see in there? It's liquid cooled. It's liquid cooled. It has a crap ton of fans. There are 3 fans running on the front here, but a bunch of fans. It has. I recently overclocked it because Photoshop, out of all things, was lagging. And I was like, you know what? This thing can take an overclocking if I do it safely. So I downloaded overclocking software and I learned how to safely overclock it. And so yeah, sometimes I just forget how fast the computer is. Wazzle is asking, how much were your speakers and are they good? This set of speakers, actually, I have a subwoofer under the desk that came with them. They all together, both sides, extremely, extremely good quality. And the subwoofer, you can plug it into anything too. It has a little aux jack. It doesn't come with like the double audio side. You can plug it into your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your computer, anything you want. It's literally just an aux cord. It cost about $119. It's the THX Logitech speakers. I think like LC400 or something. I can quickly search it up actually. I know exactly which ones they are. $500,000 worth of technology. What am I even trying to say? Absolutely 100% worth the money I spent on them. In fact, this is the second pair of them I've bought. I have some downstairs too, to go with my television, because they're just that good. And the subwoofer is a full range subwoofer. It makes really nice sound. It's a great set of speakers. I completely recommend these speakers to anybody who wants any. A little bit bulky, but totally worth it. Let's see if I can grab them. Wow!